You're listening to this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. It would greatly benefit the show.
Welcome to Movie Baiters with the Farx brothers. I'm Kyle.
I'm Kirk.
I'm Nick.
He's going to be saying more than that in this episode.
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll see. We are here with the writing, directing, producing, and editing team of Wet Paper Bag. How do you let the sandwich out of your wet paper bag?
Wow.
What do you got, Nick?
I don't know what the fuck you mean.
What are you talking about? What?
Yeah.
What makes your paper bag wet? As in, tell me your insecurities, please. I saw the movie. I got it.
Oh.
Nick?
Start with Nick. We'll just go around the room, huh?
Yeah, Nick, tell me one of your insecurities. I do like going around the room and talk. What was it? We had an episode come out recently where everyone went around the room and talked about what was the last thing that made them cry as a movie or a TV thing. And yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I have to say what?
An insecurity you have. How about being on camera?
That's easy, yeah. Yeah.
Notice the setup just leaves him out. You got two.
It's on
Yeah,
purpose.
and he's moved his
said
chair
it on
back so you don't
purpose,
get the profile because he noticed he was on that profile shot.
Yeah,
I
I'm like,
think,
oh,
but
fuck, I don't need to see my receding hairline. You
Yeah,
did
I
this
didn't
for
nose
him.
did for this. And,
He
are
did
you
not
thinking-
get his
are
nose
you getting
fixed
your insecurity?
specifically for this
And
podcast.
someday in the future he's going to tell that story. What's your insecurity?
No, isn't it your question? How do you let the sandwich out of your wet paper bag?
There was a series of questions, but how do you...
Are we talking literally or metaphorically?
Well, am I right in that the wet paper bag is a metaphor for insecurities?
I don't think.
Is that
it
like, I was going to ask you why is it called wet paper bag in the last segment?
Yeah,
Or-
it's. I mean, the whole movie is based on the idea that was kind of like the seed of it for me was I knew this woman who was in a relationship, an abusive relationship, and she wanted to leave, and she wanted to leave, and she wanted to leave, but she continued to stay in this relationship, knowing that it was terrible for her, knowing that it was bad for her daughter, knowing that her family and friends all were telling her that she should leave. So she had all the knowledge, she had the understanding, but she wouldn't. She just continued, and it's that way with so many things, whether they're insecurities or just things in our life that we're aware of that we know we need to change, but we don't because our insecurities are usually the things that hold us back. They're the walls that hold us back. And so, yeah, that was the idea behind wet paper bag is, you've heard the saying, you can't put your way out of a wet paper bag. It's like, it's material that's very easy to penetrate, it's easy to break through. And that's really what our insecurities are. Like, to make a change, anybody can do it. But it's so much harder than that because we make it harder than that.
The bag is like you're saying like an easily permeable barrier that we're placing in front of ourselves?
Penetrable. But
Penetrable?
Yes. Yeah.
What'd I say?
Permeable.
And as a former doctor, that the penetrable and permeable...
Two different things.
Yeah.
I understand how they're different.
I can't weigh in on
okay,
that
never
one.
mind. Yeah, cool. Jud, hit me with the legalism.
I was going to say, I can't talk about that distinction as a criminal defense attorney. I mean, that'd be a lot.
That would be a tough thing to
Yeah.
just...
One is one is a hole is formed. The other one is just kind of like goes.
I'm just giving you a hard time. It could be either one. Whatever you think. Whatever you say. As long as you just...
What are your insecurities related to this movie that you're going to show to your colleagues and those that you worked with tomorrow?
Good question.
You guys admitted being nervous, and that made it exciting for me because I was like, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm glad you care. You should care. I think this is a good thing, just to be clear.
I think for me, like some lower budget films can just look like, buddies making a movie, and I don't think it looks like that, but it's like reading your own writing at this point. We've seen every frame in this film hundreds, if not thousands of times, so.
How did you work on pacing and editing while you were editing it? Like, how did you gauge any of that? Like, are you showing it to, like, anyone else?
Jared. It was pretty much you, me, and Jared. It was him and I for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And then when we had something we thought was good, we'd show it to Jared. And he would usually give us very specific feedback, which was awesome because it wasn't like, oh, it's good, or oh, it's, I don't know, it's okay. Like, he would be like, this section you should do a bigger J cut, or you should, what if you moved this over to here? What if you eliminated this? He was a nice third party to kind of like throw things at and give us some great feedback. But other than that, yeah, that's why we're nervous, or that's why I'm nervous, is like, you know, we like it. We've put a lot of work into it, but at some point you've stared at the same movie for 2 years, and it's like, what am I, you know, is this going to have, what kind of an emotional effect is this going to have on people? Is the pacing screwed up? Like, it feels right to us now, but what would it feel like to somebody watching it for the first time?
Yeah, and I know I've said this so many times, Adam probably doesn't want to hear it. You write the film you want, you shoot the film you can, you edit the film you have, and it just what we edited doesn't fit one-to-one with the story as written because we think it's better this way, and we don't know their reaction to like the story structure as it's finalized now.
I actually will admit that I did talk to Jared about your movie versus some of the other local movies, and he was very positive about Wet Paper Bag. And
is that who was here before?
No, I mean Jared's been on the show, but no, I just called him and talked to him one day. And
I feel like you've talked to all these people about my girlfriend, and like I don't know, like what have you said? What is, you know, is it good things?
I've given them a realistic.
Still got to get to you in the insecurity circle.
It's like a lot of insecurity.
No one said it. What's something? Should I try to come up with an insecurity? Do you have one?
You're trying to come up with one? You gotta be open. You can't just make it up.
Open with like us insecurity that like being
Yeah,
able to realize this about yourself.
I mean, well, I got a few. One, maybe the least real one, maybe my smile. I'm insecure about that.
You have a great smile.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
You'll find this funny, but I'm insecure about being a father mostly.
Whoa, really?
And actually, what?
Whole podcast right there.
Yeah.
I mean, more of like
Could deep dive that.
one of the things that annoys me the most is that Benjamin Shapiro the thing I think I'm best at is being a father, and I hate that guy. But man, that he like has that confidence. I need to have that confidence, not be insecure about it. But at the same time, I need to be open, and like that's what I mean when I say I'm insecure.
Oh, that's super interesting, actually.
So working with kids on this movie.
Wait, we gotta get to Adam's insecurity.
They just admitted their insecurity. Do you want to give
I
them
thought Jud was admitting his, and we have to get to Adam's.
He said he was insecure. Okay.
Did you already say yours, Adam? Did I miss that?
Yeah, I guess I was more alluding to the fact that like I feel like our objectivity has kind of waned at this point, but a specific insecurity? I mean, I have a ton of them. I don't know. I mean, it's like I'm every human being, right? You see yourself in the mirror one day and you're like, God, that sucks.
Yeah. Picasso would have wanted this to be more symmetrical.
But Picasso was only built up while we were like fighting with the Russians. So I'm just saying, like.
Oh, right.
There goes that insecurity.
Art is just about moving rich people's money around, as Tenet taught us. But really, going off the father thing, you guys, we talked a little bit in the non-spoiler section, but it didn't seem like there was anything like dicey with the young person you had in your movie. You worked with them before, but what were some of the nuances of that, like playing with bunnies, for example? Like, hey, okay, buddy, we're gonna have you hold this bunny down, or something like that. What were those conversations?
I'd say the hardest thing about working with him was trying to get him to use a lighter.
I struggled with that one.
He had never used a lighter before, and it took us, and we're trying to get all these scenes done, and he's just like, he just couldn't do it. He's never used a lighter, so we like took the safety thing off of it, and we're like, you gotta be shitting me. Like, out of all the things that could trip us up right now, we can't get him to strike this lighter.
Did you have another lighter? Or it had to be that lighter?
No, we had another lighter, and once he got it, it was. But you'll even notice that in the movie when you watch it. He tries it a couple times before he hits it.
Man, now I thought that was acting. To be
honest, it looks so natural.
Yeah. No, it actually plays off perfectly. It's that's such a small, stupid thing, and it actually wasn't. It was more of a humorous thing, but he was amazing. I have nothing but positive things to say about him and his incredible mom who drove him to set every day and then would go work a 12-hour shift at the hospital and bring him back.
Gee,
run errands for us.
Yeah.
Is she a co-producer on the movie? Where's she in the credits?
We gave her a PA credit.
PA.
Yeah.
Cute. I'm sure she's very impressed by that.
Yeah.
All right. We'll consult you next time we put our credits together.
Please don't. I won't be helpful.
I think with Carter and with everyone, like, at least I hope we had an environment where if someone wasn't like happy or comfortable or down with what was going on, I think it was, I mean, we were all super open, right? Like,
Yeah, but I think that you can cross that line too. Like I've been on sets before
Yeah.
where the directors walk like after every single shot, they're coming around. Are you okay? Is everyone okay? Are you okay with this? Are you okay with
Yeah.
this? It's like you're killing the moment, like the momentum. You're killing the moment. You're killing the vibe. Like we're here to be in this moment. If we're not okay with it, then we shouldn't be here. Like we can have that discussion beforehand, but once we're in it, let's stay in it. And let's get the best out of it. You know, that's so yes, I think we were very cognizant of having a minor on set, but we tried to have as many of those conversations preemptively so that when we got into that moment, we could stay in it.
And then you have a fair amount of stunts for a small movie. Not small, but like, you know what I mean? Like an indie movie. You guys are jabbing knives into people, jabbing needles into people, putting bags over people's heads. How did you approach
It's not that hard.
Just get used to putting the needle in. Like that was a retractable needle, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would that
and
dangerous
knife
to
and
use
bag.
a real one?
And wait, the bag's not retractable. How do you make? I really don't understand how you do the bag thing safely.
You just leave the bottom open.
Oh,
Basically,
okay.
you can breathe. I
I mean,
mean,
these shots are like
10
10,
seconds.
15
Yeah.
seconds. Nobody's going to suffocate in 10 seconds. So
True.
we're there, we're aware, we're talking through it. But again, going back to like getting people to buy in on the product, like they want this scene to look as good as possible, so they're going to make it as realistic as possible. And you know, I don't think anyone was ever in a position where they were in danger ever.
No, I'm not
But
asking that. I'm asking more about like what was your rehearsal process,
Yeah.
and how did you like plan the stunts? And you obviously you knew to get retractable things. Not that anyone would, like a child would know that, but
yeah, I mean, some of it was a little bit makeshift. And honestly, Jared's so good at that stuff. I think
Yeah.
we were relying on him for a lot of the stunts.
For sure. Yeah, I think we would have a very different movie with all the action sequences without Jared. I mean, I know we would. He was very instrumental in that. Even just like the last fight scene, we were 12 hours into a 12-hour day. Like that was the last thing we shot, which was in hindsight not very smart, but we were so gassed and like
wait, like where someone's hitting someone like
Yeah.
that?
Yep.
Yeah, where's that come from? That kind of like, is that like an advised way to hurt somebody? That really struck me. Not to go too in the weeds. I'm just
Really,
like,
really struck Mike.
yeah. Well, that character's hands are bound, so that was the
oh, I'm dumb. Okay, yeah, that's right. Got it. I thought it was like some sort of like, this is the hardest way to hit someone with both
hammer fisting.
You're right. I thought he had undone it because, okay, got it. Okay,
And
is there
then,
VFX there? After
No.
the fact? No, that's all
The
just...
blood on the face is VFX.
Well, in the wide, when we cut to the wide, and that's just a couple second
yeah.
shot.
Got it. But when someone's getting... It looks like he's getting hit in the face. Is he just going to the side of the face?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to the side. Oh, yes,
And
the
then-
character's going to the side of the face. There's a no. It's a one frame cut. So on impact, you cut a frame, and
Okay.
we did that on each one, and it just makes the impact look brutal.
You've told me that before, haven't you?
We tried doing that on the foot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of using that before, so cool. Okay. Very, very cool. We already kind of talked about it. You said... I don't remember well, I guess kind of talking about the stunts and then going into you said that if a set, we were talking before we got on that like a SAG movie under a certain budget can't have a sex scene, and you guys have a sex scene. That is, we've had someone on the show who debated, you never need to have sex in movies, and obviously there wasn't any real nudity in your movie, which I assume was intentional.
Very minimal.
Yeah,
There's minimal. Yeah, I saw some nudity in there.
a little bit of
You didn't
nudity.
notice it?
Oh, okay. It's one of those
Which
things-
was incidental. I don't think it was. Didn't write it with the purpose of having nudity,
Sure.
but then we also didn't want to like conceal so much, and then we just it ended up looking the best the way it did, and we
Yeah, and it's a
got
handheld
it.
shot, and it was
Oh.
it was challenging to get it without having a little bit of nudity slip into it. But
genuinely didn't see anything. Well, I wasn't looking that
Well,
hard.
I
sure.
thought it was subtle. It wasn't like
Yeah.
in your
It's not
face
front
about
and
it.
center or
Yeah.
anything. Yeah.
No, I remember the day that I talked to Jud about the sex scene because I was like, I really think that this needs to be in here, but are we ever going to be able to cast this?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know, give it a shot. So I wrote it exactly the way that I wanted it to be, and it's pretty, it's a disturbing scene for sure.
I was disturbed. You moved me in that way.
All right.
I felt something.
I love
Fuck
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
And so when we cast the actress for it, for that role, we talked to her about it for like an hour, and she was just like,
Amber.
no, that's Megan.
Oh, I'm so sorry. God, yes. Megan, and you obviously had a conversation with Mike when you were developing the script because you knew it was going to be Mike.
Yep, for sure.
And Mike and Megan had worked together before, and I mean, that was a scene where, I mean, we gave a lot of input, but they honestly directed some of that themselves.
Oh, is that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
They did a great job. I mean,
It was written, like, it was acted out with high fidelity the way it was written, but, like, there's certain, like, motions and movements that they had coordinated together to their point where, like, we're thinking this, and we're like, that looks great.
They were, and that scene was enough into the filming of the movie where they knew the characters cold. And we went on the porch, like the patio that overlooks this river. It's really cool. And we talked for like a half an hour before we went down and started filming this about what these characters are feeling and just kind of walking through that. And so when they got down there and they were in that space, they just killed it. They did such an awesome job. And yeah, you feel it is uncomfortable in the best way, I think. But to Jud's credit, when we pitched Megan on this, she thought about it for not that long, and she's just like, if Jud thinks it's good, then I'm sure it's going to be done tastefully, and I'm in. So that was 100% because of his relationship working with her in the past.
Just to put my cards on the table, I'm kind of like the guy that created the show with it's not Severance, the other one, the rich guy. It's based on Rupert Murdoch.
Succession?
Succession, thank you. The
Yeah.
guy who created that's British
I
guy.
would
He's
never
like-
guessed.
He's like, I don't, it's an S word, that was my problem, like sex. He talked about how he never likes to show sex in things. And like, I don't care about like watching it, and like even like my wife and I, we're not prudes when we watch things, but like, I would be very uncomfortable making it. Like, we don't even like having kisses in our movies because I feel like, oh, you'd have like standard would be you need to have an intimacy coordinator and somebody who's working against the machine of production. It's like, gotta get it done. And like everyone, wants to get it done, but like, hey, let's just make sure we're cool. Okay, we're going inside the space, we're coming out of it. And I've watched intimacy coordinators do this. Have you ever worked with an intimacy coordinator
Yeah, once.
what was that like?
It made it more awkward.
How so?
Because if I felt like nobody was there to try to like take advantage of the situation. We're there to try to make art and be honest with these characters, right? And so if you have that mindset and you're all on the same page and you have a director and, with this, for example, we really minimized the amount of people that were in the room. There was only the core people that needed to be in there, and then the main female actress had her friend, who was a nurse, in the room as well. As I guess you could call them an intimacy coordinator, but they weren't. It was more just like a
Third party.
Yeah, and it made her feel comfortable. So great, and I think that sometimes that stuff. I think that it's great. I think that it is probably, I'm sure it's there for a very, very good reason. Those situations have been taken advantage of. But I also think that it can be, Jud and I have had this conversation so many times. I think that adding certain people and just having more people involved sometimes makes people feel like their product or their project is more valid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
And that's such a weird thing to say, but it's like, yeah, we have a crew of 20 people and, we can't have this person do that. It's like, why? We're not union. Like, if you want to work, it's like, you can't hold a boom pole. I held a boom pole. You hold a boom pole. Mike held a boom pole. Like, we all need to do whatever whatever it takes. Let's make it happen.
The Safdie brothers did it for each other when they were making movies, and the Safdie brothers, right? So yeah, of course. And it's kind of like what you were saying earlier, where it's like someone going around after each take, "Hey, are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay?" No, obviously you don't want to do that, but yeah, it's interesting. Like no offense, my curiosity as a filmmaker was like, okay, but like, what were the conversations you have before you shoot that? And now hearing, oh, her nurse friend was in the room, we talked about it. And it's like, yeah, I figured that was the case, but.
And I don't think it was a sex scene for the sake of sex or being provocative. I think it was a sex scene for the sake of
moving the story forward, right?
Yeah, ultimately, and showing sex itself moved it forward, I think, in a way that like made it much more visceral. If that weren't the case, then yeah, probably just skip the whole thing. But
it definitely made me feel a specific way about the two characters involved and their relationship to every other character involved. So that to me is like, yeah, you show that so that, and the specificity of what's going on in that scene, obviously.
yeah.
Drugs. You guys have a lot of drugs.
What a pivot.
Sex, drugs.
Or transitioning.
We'll get to the rock and roll. Don't worry.
The music's great. That's our favorite part.
Yeah, it really
That's
is.
where we'll go after drugs. I don't know, like, what's the... You mentioned that this was inspired by a very specific person, but the element in that inspiration, I didn't hear anything related to the amount of like pharmaceuticals you have in this thing, and obviously. I assumed whenever someone was holding a cup with like any sort of liquid in it, ooh, that's where they're keeping the drugs for that they're taking or whatever. But I assumed it was just juice or colored water. Am I fair in assuming these things?
Oh yeah, we definitely didn't utilize real substances.
Oh no, not even that.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's always like iced tea or something, I assume.
Yeah.
Oh well, I think people had wine sometimes,
Yeah,
but
there's one scene where everyone left
a little
bit tipsy.
wine.
Not
We
everyone,
didn't even
some-
know that.
Yeah,
but
we didn't know that. I was actually kind of frustrated about that after I found out, but it didn't affect the performances negatively. So,
But I think the reason we did drugs was for what I was talking about before. Like, there's like so many wacky things going on. How do we show in like the visual medium like the craziness of this story?
yeah,
And so we really wanted excuses to enter more bizarre places, and I think that was probably the main impetus for using aerosolized combination low dose of MDMA and psilocybin.
yeah, amongst all kinds of other drugs. But yeah, it's like Jud said, it gives us an excuse to make things more visually interesting, to make things more auditorially interesting, to make a character's actions where you're like, would a character do that? It's like, well, I don't know. If they're on ketamine, they might. So.
How did you research such a thing? You can be decorous in how you describe this.
I hear things.
Okay, cool.
No,
Honestly,
I mean, it's one of those things. Like, we all have friends that,
I've done drugs.
yeah, and I have partaken in many things too. And it's like, there's things that you can glean from it. There's some stuff in this that's like, there's a drug
Speculative.
Well, yeah, it's totally like I researched it. Like, I don't even think you can find this drug anymore. It's from like the early 1900s. So, although Jud said that now it's resurfaced in like South America.
Is it
Sweet.
the scopolamine?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Wow.
that. That's in my
How'd you
script.
know that offhand, Nick?
Because it's in my fucking script.
It is in your script. Yeah,
That's wild.
Yeah.
I did think of that because I.
It sounds pretty cool. I kind of want some. No. But
But honestly, like the whole reason that we used that, or that I was, because I was researching all these different drugs, and like scopolamine is a cool sounding word. It's like got a really fun, like kind of dangerous sound to it. And then when you read about like what it does, and it's like, could it be used for what they use it for? Maybe, but it's
Well, if the damn government would get out of the way.
right.
Honestly, I thought the drugs were because of your medical. Like, it might have some like, well, I'm really trying to say something about the pharmaceutical industry, given my medical.
No, not at all. I think that I mean, my brother and I have talks all the time about how there's all these different, ibogaine is one. There's all these different medications, even psilocybin and MDMA, that are used in psychotherapy that are having incredible effects on people with.
PTSD for ibogaine, I know.
Yep, PTSD, all kinds of addiction issues, heroin and meth. Ibogaine is one of the few things that has been effective in getting people to not be addicts. So, I think that there's some validity to it, but it's, is it somewhat superfluous? Yes, I think we've probably exaggerated some things, but it's a movie,
Talk to us about your music. Didn't you have like a Hollywood like award or something from your? I saw some sort of announcement you guys made on social media. What is that?
So Steve Gurnis, who's our composer, he submitted the music he did for Wet Paper Bag to the Hollywood the Hollywood Media Awards, and it got nominated for
So you're nominated before it's even had a private screening for a Hollywood Media Award.
He's an Emmy award-winning composer. Like he's the real deal, and we were super, super fortunate to have him join our team.
How did he come on board?
I met him at a mixer at the Twin Cities Film Festival thing, and kept his card. And like a year later, when we started this project, we reached out to I think 5 composers, and he was one of them. And we had them all score the same scene, and so we kind of did an audition with everybody.
And they all did it?
Yeah, well, we paid them all.
Oh, you paid them all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
Steve had been in LA for a long time, and he moved back to
Right.
Woodbury. Am I making that up?
St. Paul or Woodbury, I think it's I don't know. But
Maybe it's the screening that's in Woodbury. But he moved back, and that's how you met him at the mixer. But he's got like tons of experience, and he had won an Emmy for working on Blue Zones, the Netflix series.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's the one where people like live especially long, right?
Yeah.
Blue Zones.
Yeah.
Aren't
And-
we in one?
I don't think so.
Not that kind of.
we're in a war zone.
Not with that, Hams. No.
No, but aren't there like people in the upper Midwest that lived
No.
they're not? These are all like...
There's only one in the United States. It's in California.
The author of the original book is a Minnesotan.
That's probably what you're thinking of.
Maybe. No, I just know a lot of old people. That's what I was thinking. What's the deal with the cult stuff? Like, where we get... Like, I thought there was going to be more cult stuff going in, and there was like one reference to like the one light, and I was like, what's going on with that? Is there more cult mythology that was taken out or something?
Oh, good question.
Thank you. I'm hoping to be decent at this.
It's got a bad answer. No.
Yeah, not really. Go ahead.
That would be so fun if there was like, more Easter eggs there, but it's sort of left, I think, intentionally not a huge part of the story. It's made to let you wonder the question that you asked. So maybe I'm complimenting it because it doesn't have an answer only.
No midichlorians. Cool. Your protagonist is a podcaster?
That make you feel good?
No.
But she was a war journalist. I'm not sure if she's caught that or not.
I'll be honest, I was like, her podcast is she talks to victims? What is it called, the Victim Podcast? She was a war journalist and then came back and started doing...
Yeah, if you look at like, there's a moment where she's like kind of putting her finger around a cup holder that's like got the thing. If you look at, there's a picture right behind that, and I think he's from Indonesia. He's like a guy that photoshopped her into a war journalist outfit, and it's framed in a picture.
Oh,
I thought that was her sister.
We thought that was the sister that went
Yeah, that
missing.
she had a twin
we were
sister,
so confused,
yeah.
or that the sister was a twin and that was the sister. Yeah, we were very confused. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think
No
it's
worries.
you guys.
The sound I got to me.
I look forward to watching it again at the private screening.
That's the thought. That's the Sydney
Okay,
Lamont.
so here's what we got to get straight. It's not a premiere.
It's a private screening.
Private
Excuse me.
screening.
I'm so sorry I said. I mean, fucking Hollywood doesn't give a shit about its own rules. If you guys are worth something to somebody, like, don't you already have a distribution partner you're talking to?
Yeah.
You have, so like
Lunch with them tomorrow, actually.
Sure, we still gotta play the game.
Gotta
So
play
we
the
play
game.
it, yeah.
Is your distribution partner coming to the private screening?
No, they can't make it. No.
Bastards.
But,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I'm sure they're great. They're great. You're great. We love you. But why a podcaster is kind of where, just because that opened up your world, or it did strike me funny, like, hey, wait, I'm having these guys on our podcast, and every character's a podcaster.
We had gone through different iterations of the relationship between the two of them, and I think it just made the most sense to. It was just more modern. Like, didn't we have something before where?
Yeah, I think she did have a different job at a certain point, but yeah, the podcast thing just kind of like to have her be like a investigative journalist or whatever is like just kind of seems a little antiquated at this point versus a podcast. But that was before I'd watched all the Only Murders in the Buildings.
Oh, you have watched all of them now? Don't tell me
No,
what happens in season
I have
5.
not. I've seen the first. I saw the first season, which was great. Yeah.
What is your? I talked to him about his experience with podcasting before we came on air. What's your experience with podcasting or being on podcasts?
I think I've been on a couple. I don't know. So very little. I'm fairly new at this.
No, that's cool. It's one of those things that like, do we have? Oh, the movie we're working on right now.
Oh, I see what you mean.
He finished feature last year. We finished feature last year.
Nice.
So now we have to write our contained feature that can actually be made within the next 12 months so that we can go, here is our first album. Now you can trust us to make our second album, either his or ours,
Right, yeah, sort of like the boat we're in.
Yeah, you have something that says, no, we can make we've got a feature under our belt. What are you talking about? Here it is.
Yeah.
You can watch it. Yeah, you can trust us to make this other feature that you're more interested in, partners we would work with. That's at least how I'm looking at the project we're working on. Am I correct?
Yeah, it's fair to say, yeah.
We got Nick to say something in this one. Let's catch that.
He said a few things.
I want both of you to ask Nick a question. I'm just going to sit here
right.
with like Kermit with the glass to my mouth.
Okay, all right, let's ask away.
And
If you walked into Target right now, how many people would ask you what aisle the deodorant is in?
I've been asked. Yeah.
Especially with the shorts.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, they don't let you wear shorts this short at Target. It's indecent. But
You know that from
no, I got asked in
Just
the,
teasing
in the
his
liquor
off-camera
store.
presence.
I got asked if they do you carry Blue Moon, whatever. I think it was whatever the beer was. Do you
Please tell me you lied and said yes. It's on the 2 aisles over.
I said I don't know. I don't work here. I said I'm sorry. I don't work here.
I always lie when that happens. It never happens to me, but my instinct would be to lie. Oh, it's just over here.
I'm full of tales as exciting as that. So,
Jud, ask him something that's really penetrating. Or permeable.
Penetrating,
It's
yeah.
totally fine.
thanks for the option. Did you enjoy watching Wet Paper Bag?
yeah, I like the so I'm like very into like the camera stuff. So I was like and the color and stuff. So I really like the color.
Thanks.
But I noticed like some film. Did you do some like film like emulation on it too?
Yeah.
Or is
A little bit, yeah.
okay, yeah, like halation. I thought, right?
Yep. There's
Yeah.
halation, there's grain, depending on the scene, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I liked all those touches. The lighting was like, I'm also like always jealous of other people's lighting too. But like the lighting was pretty like top. Like I wish I could light like that, but
A lot of it was super minimal.
Yeah.
really,
We had 2 lights that were just workhorses for us, and I think they cost $100.
Right?
Wait, how powerful were they? What were like,
Very not powerful.
There are 2 RGBs that are like this long.
And we had to plug them in most of the time.
batteries started going on. Did you get those on Temu or what?
The batteries.
No, those lights were great.
Yeah.
They made a huge difference for us. Even on the opening scene, there's like, the silhouette and then you see the car headlights.
Yeah.
Like my car headlights weren't that orange or that yellow, so we taped those lights onto the headlights and had those on. So with all the smoke and fog, it like gave us the perfect color that we were looking for.
Oh, I think with those we just taped gels on those. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Those were gels.
So yeah, we
Alright.
just had like a set of, I don't know if they're gels, just like plastic color and.
But we used them all the time. I mean, we talked about like having kind of a more of a A24 style look to the film, but also having it be like kind of a retro look, and how's that going to blend together? And I don't know. We had that one aperture. What was Jared's light? That big one.
It's got like a nan light something.
We're
Number
not doing a
letter.
very good job of giving you guys specifics here.
Man,
But we appreciate the compliment.
another thing though too, just like the subject matter too, and the darkness. I guess what I tell Kyle and Kirk all the time is like people. I don't want to like shit on other people, but like not enough. There's too much. Maybe too much stuff that gets made that like we play it pretty safe here in the Minnesota film scene. It seems like. I mean, do you guys? I don't know if you guys.
No, we wanted to make something bold. That was like one of the biggest goals we had. It's like,
Okay.
It has to be bold.
Yeah, because I've been saying for a long time, like, I mean, if anything's gonna get made here and like break out, it has to. You can't just appeal to like Minnesota sensibilities. You have to go places where you might not. I'm talking like thematically and like
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
And that was a
Darker.
struggle we had. Like we knew we had all local people, and like there is a lot of like very talented people, but at the same time we didn't want it to feel like we didn't want to market it as like a Minnesota film specifically, even though it is, you know.
Yeah, like filmed here, but like not in the mold of like a lot of what gets made.
Like Grumpy Old Men.
Yeah, well, I mean, like at least
Grumpy Old Men would be great.
I love Grumpy
Today-
Old Men. I'm just
yeah.
saying, like, we didn't want to have Fargo, Grumpy Old Men. Like, we didn't want to make the next, Midwest overlit, like,
We weren't trying to export like the culture itself here.
right.
Yeah,
Not that like I said, I love Fargo, I love Grumpy Old Men, but it's just like we wanted to have it feel like this world could be anywhere.
Yeah.
And so, and it's nothing against what's made here. It's just that we wanted to feel different, like so.
Well, and not to, it's a state of the state kind of thing. It would be nice if they were still making, tens of millions of dollar movies like those here. They are not.
Right.
It's a lot of, I think what Nick is referring to is more of like the past 10 to 15 years type movies that have come out of here.
that is yeah. I'm talking like indie, but yeah, that's why. Like I wouldn't have thought of Grumpy Old Men, because I'm thinking of like the stuff.
There's
stuff
like
that
the
gets made
indie
on
stuff, then there's the stuff that can get on Hallmark and Lifetime, and that's great
Yeah,
because that's
yeah.
at least something regular that's a little
Gives
elevated.
a lot of people jobs too.
It's
Yeah.
tapped into an audience, like, and kind of below that you get a lot of stuff that's like very. Again, I don't want to like just be shitting, whatever, but like
He's
a lot of talkie dramas. That is there really an audience? Might not have the breakout audience, but I get why they get made, but
Well, I think making a thriller is smart because we've always heard if you're an amateur and you don't have a name, or not an amateur, if you don't have a name, the only reason people are going to check it out is because it's got a concept that's either thriller or horror, sci-fi, or it's a documentary with some kind of hook. And I guess how should we go out and promote your hook as of today with it's a weird, no, that's not the right, weird is not the word I want to use.
Well, we talked a lot. I remember Jud asked me when we were still in the script phase, he goes, how do we make this a cult classic? And I'm like, I think the only chance that we have of doing something like that is to be very, very diligently specific to what we like and not try to make something for everybody. And I think we did that. I mean, I think to the best we could within our budget. We were very intentional about every decision that what felt right for us. And like you said, we agreed on 99% of the things, which was super strange. That doesn't mean that everyone's going to like it. I mean, I think we have over 300 people coming tomorrow, and I would be happy if
200 in there by the time it's done.
Yeah, my mom and dad are coming. They're gonna hate it. They're gonna fucking hate it. I told them that. I was like, you guys shouldn't come. Like, we want to
Are
be
they
there to
coming from
support
North
you.
Dakota?
Well, they're gonna be in the area for something else, but yeah, they're
Okay.
they're gonna be there.
Are they
so-
going to like that other thing they're in the area for?
Oh, probably not.
Oh. I hope they have a good trip.
Yeah, they're
If
gonna
I
have a
see
great
them, I was like,
time.
I hope you're having a good trip. I heard you're Mr. and Mrs. Burke.
They're amazing people, but yeah, it's just like I said, it's not for everybody. So.
I did say to Kirk while I was watching this movie, well, now watching this one with my mom. That was me looking at you. Did we
Oh,
hit
you want me to wrap up the show? I'm sorry.
yeah, I thought we hit
This
it.
is my cue. I'm not an actor.
Do you want?
That's right.
Well, unless you guys want to tease anything about the interview that will be released after this, that I think you guys revealed a lot.
In this last segment.
This is the second to last segment, from the audience's perspective.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I love explaining the show while people are on the show.
Sorry,
That
yeah.
interview you did, that's going to come out after this.
Oh, what was the question?
It was.
Just if we want to give a
Do you want
teaser.
to tease to the interview that you've already recorded, which regular listeners know how we do the show? Something interesting you said an hour ago that people will try and remember back. You don't have to. It's fine. We've done a good job here.
Okay, that sounds good.
Great tease.
No, thank you guys for having us.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll get the Burke joke, and you'll find out more about some of the things we referred to in the debate with what's in the interview. So,
Yes, thank you, Jud and Adam, for joining us. You will learn more about them in the interview coming up. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening. For more JK Productions, find us on Instagram at JK Productions Team and on Facebook, JK Productions MN.
Yeah, we were this close from our film becoming a SAG film because there's a actress that we really wanted to cast, and we tried very hard to get her, and it just didn't work schedule-wise. And she was SAG, but the hardest thing with that was not only was our budget going to have to change and all the paperwork, and it's just a lot of red tape. The most challenging thing was they wouldn't allow us to have a sex scene in the film, even if that person wasn't even on set during the sex scene. They said it can't be in the script, it can't be part of the film.
how can SAG dictate what's in your script?
That's why we didn't want to do it.
I don't. That's for.
Because it depends on the budget. If your budget is over X amount, then they don't dictate. But if it's under X amount and you have a SAG actor, then they have certain guidelines that you have to follow. And one of them is that there can't be a sexual scene or even a sex scene that's implied, even if their actor or actress is not even a part of it, or even they might not even be on set that day. But it doesn't matter.
I'm sure that comes from some sort of it must create some sort of safety broadly, because otherwise people would just shoot a bunch of porn with SAG actors, and you get a bunch of porn actors in the SAG.
I'm sure that's what happened.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
Anybody can really do that? I don't know. That seems like
yeah,
work.
do you know how much money porn makes? Have you heard of the
Yeah,
thing?
but no SAG actor is usually convinced to do porn.
I mean, you.
Oh, it's a one-way street, yeah.
You don't. What do you mean?
Well, you can convince porn to do SAG, but convincing SAG to do porn, that's tough.
But if it's about making the insurance,
It's a harder sell.
What's your log line?
Right here, baby. My log line about 10 inches.
Oh.